Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a really quick video I wanted to make on hit stutter, hit acceleration, hit speed up, whatever you want to call it, and clearing up some of the misconceptions that comes with this skill, or sorry, this bug, or I guess issue in BDO. Recently, PA last night released a dev blog talking about fixing this problem, or to address issues in Node War and Siege, and I guess general PvP when it comes to hit stutter. And a lot of people were like, oh, they're reducing the hit count, the number of hits a skill has. For example, this skill has like 13 hits. This skill has like 11 hits. And reducing this general number of hits on certain skills and certain classes down to something that's more manageable. They reduced Hashashin's hit count skill on one of his skills from 30 to 9. And a lot of people are like, oh, wow, this is going to finally fix this problem for us. But this isn't the case. High hit count skills, yes, they do contribute to an issue of causing hit stutter more often. Yes, that is a true fact. And there's many egregious scenarios where certain skills have like 50 hits, or 40 hits, or just crazy number of hits, like Succession Wizard's Blizzard. All right, but this isn't the actual thing that causes hit stutter to a high extent. All right, there is a bigger problem, and the bigger problem comes from BDO's tick rate, how BDO addresses information sent from the server, and all this relating to the player's ping. Now, before we get into all our parts and everything like that, I'm going to give you a quick explanation of how hit stutter works and the different interactions that you can have with it. For the first one, the very simple one, when you're using a very stationary skill, like my Red Rain or my Dark Frenzy, if I'm getting hit during this skill, my skill will get sped up and attack faster than it is intended to. So if this is my my normal attack speed, right, this is my normal attack speed right here, no buffs or anything. This is about how long the skill should take. If I get like a 25% attack speed buff, it'll maybe reduce it by about 25%. That's probably not the actual number, but you get the fucking idea. It's not going to make this skill instant. It's not going to reduce it to like a quarter of a second or half a second. This skill is still going to take a solid second. And this applies to all stationary skills. Now, there's some unique interactions that come with this, and that is that hit acceleration, hit stun, as I like to call it, hit stutter, can actually slow down your skills. And this specifically occurs during airborne skills. So this is skills like Succession Berserkers, Awakening Berserkers, Predatory Hunt, when they're leapfrogging in the air. This can occur during Draconia's Doombringer, where they're flying in the air with an iframe as well. And this can even occur during small instances like this ankle cutter, where I do a little leap into the air. It can occur during any airborne state. If you're hit stuttered, hit stunned, or just hit a ton, during any airborne skills, you'll actually get slowed down. You're not going to get sped up. So that is the opposite side of it and how it interacts differently. And the third way it can interact is that hit stun, or hit stutter, hits acceleration, it also can change based on if you're attacking somebody. This is the normal speed of my Dark Frenzy, right? Keep in mind of the speed. Now, I'm going to cast this and hit this dummy. And I want you to pay attention to how fast it is now. You ready? Do you notice how it was faster? Well, that is essentially how hit acceleration works, is that some skills, for some reason, while you're also hitting an opponent, will also be faster. So you can cause hit acceleration not just by you getting hit, but by you also hitting another player. This can occur during even airborne skills, like, again, Predatory Hunt, Doombringer. If you're hitting somebody as you're going up, or you're in the air, then your skill will also get slowed down because you're also hitting somebody. This usually occurs on the last hit of Zerker's Predatory Hunt, where he does the big explosion, for example. Now, those are the different ways that hit acceleration can interact. Now, I want to really quickly show you guys a quick document that I found a while ago. I found it about a year ago, I would say, or 6 months ago or whatever. And this is a document made by Daynim. He's a well-known, he doesn't play anymore, he's retired, but a well-known PvP player in Battle Arena. He played the game a ton, was a legend when it came to 1v1s and stuff. A lot of people know him in the community that are OGs. And he did a quick document. He's done a couple of these on different interactions. For example, when the CC changes happen and stuff. He did a massive document then, but he knows what he's talking about. And he did some research and stuff and made this document. And in this document, he talks about something very interesting in my eyes. There's some other interesting stuff in this. But, for example, information packet transfer isn't instant. It takes 80 milliseconds to 100 milliseconds just for the packets to travel to and from the server. This means that your data is getting sent to the server and you're receiving the data from the server. This makes a lot of sense, obviously. But the transfer itself not being instant, I mean, you get the point. But the thing I found more interesting was specifically the tick rate. If you don't know what tick rate means, if you do know what tick rate means, you're looking at this number, you're like, what the hell? But if you don't know what tick rate means, tick rate is essentially how often your data is being updated to the server. It's not like when you play a video game, your data is being like 1 billion times a second being transferred and updated to the server. No, there's a rate for this. And most games out there, vast majority of games out there, even a game like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a game that has been out since like 2012, right? 2012 has a tick rate of 64 on the normal servers. Competitive players, pro players, play on 128 tick for a vast majority of their like pugs and lobbies and stuff like that. A lot of games coming out nowadays are updating to be about 128 tick nowadays, especially, and games that even came on the 2010s are 64. BDO is played on 25 to 30 tick rate servers. This is nearly a third of the update rate that other games have for a much, much slower paced combat system, PvP system, shooting system, whatever it is, interaction system with other players. So on BDO, where you're interacting at incredibly, high hit count, high speed skills, a lot of the time in very microseconds, this is just not really acceptable. It is not actually healthy for the game itself. And this, in return, causes hit stun to occur and hit stutter to occur. So, if you actually take a look here, this is essentially your client in real time and how your client is working. This player is casting Wheel of Fortune. It is a Dark Knight super armor skill. It is a little wheel with a CC. The ending point of Wheel of Fortune is between transfers ticks, so the client waits until the next available tick to send the Dusk out. So even though this skill, this Wheel of Fortune, is ending in between this tick here, right? It can't update it in between the tick. It is going to update into your Dusk at the end of the tick, even though this skill is ending in between a tick. So this skill player on his client is doing the iframe Dusk immediately, but on the server real time with 25 ticks per second update rate, okay, he is casting Wheel of Fortune. He ends the skill. There is a gap. No matter what happens, there is going to be a gap. If you've ever noticed, sometimes rarely, if you're a low ping player, for example, you do a skill and you're going from super armor into iframe and you're going to get hit. It happens to me sometimes, right? And I'm just going super armor iframe. I'm not getting hit acceleration, nothing like that. I just get CC'd and I'm very confused. It is because of this interaction right here. A lot of people don't know this. Okay. Well, how does this relate to hit acceleration? Well, all of this relates to hit acceleration because with a 25 tick rate server and your ping also involved, meaning the delay that your information in the first place is getting updated to the server compared to the hits that you're receiving from the enemy player who might be playing on lower ping and his skills are registering quicker on you. Well, your skill, as you're going into this iframe, that hit acceleration that would normally apply to your Wheel of Fortune is also getting transferred into your iframe. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I have some examples for you. This is what normal hit acceleration will look like. Okay, you ready? This is what normal hit acceleration should look like. I'm casting my 100% here. I am getting 2 CCs. Cool. Sounds good. I got 2 CCs. All right. I'm about to cast 2 SA skills. Are you ready? This is what it looks like in real time and how fast these skills ended. It might be blurry for you, but I'll fix it and try to show you how it should look. Watch how fast this is. Watch my super armor icon. That was a quarter of a second. Now watch my Dark Frenzy, the skill I showed you earlier. You ready? That was, again, a quarter of a second. I'll even play it with audio this time so you can actually hear the skill. Hear the audio of the skill here. Do you see how fast those skills went off? Now here's how it should look. I even have my Z buff available here. You ready? I'm going to Z buff. I'm missing maybe 6% attack speed from my add-ons, but I'm basically there. I'm basically at the same attack speed. Are you ready? The only thing that was remotely similar was my Dark Frenzy, and that is because I'm hitting a player during it. But my Red Rain was not this slow in that clip. You want to see how fast my Red Rain was in that clip? Watch this. It ended in a half a second. It was instantly ending. And that is hit acceleration. And this is how it normally occurs. This is how hit acceleration normally occurs. I'm getting hit by a Mystic here. And a Lawn. Or a Tamer, sorry. I'm not getting hit by a lot of hits here. Let's go on to the next clip. I am not going to hit a player this time with my Dark Frenzy. Same exact scenario. I have my same buffs here. I have my attack speed buff for my 100%. I'm not hitting a player this time. So this time, it is like I'm in this scenario. You ready? This is how fast my Dark Frenzy should be in this clip. That is exactly how fast it should be. Are you ready how fast it is? This Zerker is going to hit me from behind. You ready? It ended literally instantly. I animation canceled out of it just before it ended. But this skill was basically over. It did the full animation instantly, and I wasn't hitting anybody. This is just from me getting hit in the back by one player. This is on low ping as well. This has nothing to do like with me being super high ping here. Even on low ping, this occurred. So this is normal hit acceleration. This is what PA is typically addressing. And if you just want one more example of how my skills should look, this is how my Red Rain should look normally in the same exact scenario with the same exact buff in a real PvP fight. I pop Red Rain. I'm not going to get hit by the Musa. It is the full animation. That was a full normal speed. I had the same attack speed buffs here that I did in this exact clip right here where my Red Rain ended instantly. And you can compare the speeds. Quarter of a second. A full second. 50% faster. So, that's normal hit acceleration. Now let's take a look at what happens when you're involving skills. Oh, actually, I have one more. And I'll show you this. Let's take a look at what happens when you're involving non-stationary skills. And I'm involving an iframe now. And this is where tick update servers come into play. If I'm fighting an egregiously high hit count skill like Wizard's Blizzard, it is like 40 hits or 50 hits, a crazy number of hits. Even though I'm playing on 45 ping here, it is still going to apply to me and is still going to apply into my iframe. Even though my iframe should be fully unhittable and I should not be able to be sped up at all by any skill, I'm going to get sped up here anyways. This was my Ghost Step. Do you see that? Do you see how short this skill was? You ready? Ghost Step. It ended instantly. This is how fast my Ghost Step should be. It should take this long to finish. And if I cast a skill after it, it should still give me a decent amount of distance and take about a quarter of a second, I'd say half a second. This was literally milliseconds. I'm sorry I don't have my iframe icon here, but essentially my distance was shortened. It ended instantly, even though I'm on low ping. This is due to BDO's tick rate. Sorry, this is due to BDO's tick rate, and this is also due to the Wizard having a high hit rate skill. If BA updates and lowers the hit count on Wizard's Blizzard, this will fix this issue, and what most players are talking about fixing the issue. Yes, I agree. But what happens if I'm on somewhat high ping and I'm getting hit by a skill that isn't even a high hit count skill? You ready? I'm fighting a Sork here. I'm going to do the same exact scenario. I'm going to do the same exact Ghost Step. The same thing you just saw that got instantly ended by the Wizard's Blizzard in like a millisecond is going to happen exactly here again. But it's going to happen from a Sork. This Sork is going to hit me with a 5-hit skill. Now the difference is I'm on 110 ping, 115 ping here. Now you might say, oh, well, why are you playing on 150 ping? You're playing on EU, blah, blah, blah. Like, that you shouldn't be playing on EU anyways. You should be expecting issues. Bro, this is the experience of your average NA East Coast player. This is the experience of anybody that is not like, I don't know, 2 states away from a server. This is what most people are experiencing. Half the BDO population in North America are experiencing right now. I am not going to get hit by a high hit count skill here. Watch how fast my iframe ended. You ready? It ended instantly. That was, look at, I have my icons here this time. You can actually see how short it was. Look how fast my iframe icon disappears. You ready? Instantly. This is how fast it's supposed to end. And then let me grab. A very, very big difference. And this is essentially, this scenario right here is happening to every single player that is playing on anything remotely above 80 ping in North America, to many skills they are getting hit with. And now this is where I wanted to talk about it. If you are a high ping player, it is irrelevant whether how many hits the skill it is that is hitting you. It is irrelevant. What matters more is how fast you're getting hit. So even if this guy hits me with a skill that does 3 or 4 hits, if those 3 or 4 hits are applying to me instantly, then that means that I will still get hit acceleration applied to my skill, whether it's my dash, whether it's my stationary super armor, whatever it is. For example, I'm getting hit by a Megu here. Now you might say, oh, it's a Megu. Of course you're going to get hit stunned. This skill, I'm on the very edge of it, and I'm going to get hit for like a quarter of a second. He's not hitting me a ton. This skill does not have insane number of hits. This is like post-nerf. This skill has like maybe 18 hits. I get hit like 3 times here. You ready? I'm going to do a iframe backwards. I got no distance. I moved a millimeter. This is how far it's supposed to move me. I moved this far. I'm going to then follow it up with another iframe. I frontal guarded this into an iframe. This should not be able to hit me. I am not taking damage in any regard here. I'm just getting hit in a frontal guard. The distance of this skill was still shortened. You ready? I moved once again 1 millimeter, and I resisted this Mystic CC. Actually, I don't remember if this is a CC. I think maybe it is on Striker, but I don't remember if it is on Mystic. I thought it's a bound. I'm not sure. Regardless, though, if he had cast a CC on me, I get caught here because my iframe, I was not expecting it to move me only like a quarter of a millimeter. This skill is supposed to move me this far when I dash away. It's supposed to go like this and a little bit more. There you go. It's about this distance. I had to do a scuffed example of how it works, but yes. This is how far it's supposed to move me. All of this to show you that it is irrelevant how many hits you are taking. It is purely dependent on your ping to the server. The higher your ping is, the more likely hit acceleration and hit stun is to occur. And the whole reason I want to bring this up is because I don't want PA and people to be deluded thinking that essentially, oh, they're reducing the hit count of skills. Oh, the problem's fixed. It's not. It is not. It is only like 25% of the problem fixed. This will only massively affect players that are playing on lower ping. If you're playing on anything below like 50 or 40 ping, then yes, this hit count changes will massively benefit you. If Mystic doesn't have, I don't know, like a ton of hits on his Thunder Pound, in this clip, I would not get CC'd out of my iframe. Look, right here, I'm on low ping here. I would not get CC'd out of my iframe. My iframe would not get hit acceleration. If the tick rate of the BDO servers were better, I would not get caught here. But I did. If this Wizard's Blizzard was lower hit count, I would also not get CC'd here because I'm on low ping. It is not as much of a problem for me. But in all these other scenarios, which happen way more, I wish I had more clips because it happens so often. I could play on EU for 5 minutes and I can get like 7 clips. For anyone that's on high ping, it doesn't matter if these changes will not do shit for them. They're still going to experience the same exact problems. The same exact problems. So, yeah. My hearts and condolences going out to all the high ping players. And for all of you that are playing on low ping and did not realize this is why high ping is such a massive disadvantage compared to low ping. I could care less about anything else. It is literally the fact that you just are incredibly at a disadvantage in terms of hit acceleration and hit stun because you experience it constantly. It affects every part of your gameplay. It affects your dashes. It affects your super armors. It affects your timings. Absolutely everything. And on top of all of this, they're also dealing with their cooldowns taking longer to reset. They're also dealing with a bunch of other bullshit like their grabs not being as accurate. There's a lot of problems with people playing on high ping, but hit stun, it has to be the worst feeling one out of every single thing that I've felt on high ping. I have played on 15 ping in California. I have played on 30 ping. I have played on 45 ping, which I do now, and I have played on 70, 90, 110, and even 150 to South Korea, playing against players that are on 4 ping. It is absolutely horrendous. The higher you scale your ping, the difference that you feel. So, anyways, that is all I wanted to say. Hope this video was informative for you guys. If you were trying to find the link to this Reddit post and maybe some of Daynim's other posts, and you wanted to check out all of his other stuff, he has a bunch of other stuff that he's posted, some other interesting videos. He posted some videos when the CC changes were happening. He posted some posts when the CC changes were happening. I'll be linking this post in the description of the video, and you guys can find it there. If you guys want to, feel free to share this video with your friends so you guys can get a better understanding of how CC hit stun and acceleration works. And yeah, hope you guys all have a great day. Much love. And PA, if you're listening, please update your tick rate, please.